10 to 19 on my dice just don't exist.
I have the largest gray pile of shame.
Just
Failure.
A failure with fear. Every time.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
Shall we play a game?
You're traveling to another dimension. A dimension not only of plastic and paint, but of games. A journey into a wondrous land where meeples become real and cardboard cuts like a knife. That's a signpost up ahead, your next stop. The Funk Zone.
Oh my gosh. Right. All right. Well, it's bright and early.
I'm tired.
Yeah. Do you have enough caffeine?
No.
Oh. Where is your caffeine?
No.
Do you have it handy?
I drank it all.
You were screwed.
I had to use like almond milk for creamer this morning.
Gross.
It's awful. It is just the worst.
Well,
That is
why even use creamer?
weird.
Because I made cold brew that was in the fridge for a week. So it's very strong.
It's reasonable.
Yeah, that's like, was there fumes coming off it? You're like, shh, little skull, crossbones float up.
I'm very awake right now. I'm very energized. And I've drank in half.
Oh,
so.
you should pass it over to Paul, and he'll be like,
You want some nut milk
we also
coffee?
were using my wife made the coffee this morning, and she made it with the last of the coffee grounds we had in like a little container we have on the counter. Mm-hmm. And rather than open a new container, she just used what was left. So it was also like half the potency of what I'm used to.
All right. Yeah, just a little sip. All right,
just
here we go,
drink
folks.
it, polish it off. I'm doing great.
For those folks listening at home, Paul's eyes just went.
That's cold. I wasn't expecting cold.
It's cold brew.
It's not the worst.
Cold brew. There you go. All right, well, crazy thing. So you guys are coffee drinkers. Coffee?
On occasion.
Okay.
I can't do it every morning.
No?
I used to drink it all the time. Like 9 p.m., I'm going to have an evening cup of coffee before bed.
That almost tastes like
Italian life, but
Okay.
like a cocktail.
I know Paul loves the caffeine, though.
Coffee. Paul
More
doesn't
coffee.
love the caffeine so much as he needs the caffeine because he plays video games till ungodly hours and then gets 4 hours of sleep before a recording day.
I mean, life is full of choices, people. You know?
Well, so Wednesday night, I went to bed at my usual irresponsible hour, and then I didn't work on Thursday. I had the day off, so I just slept until 1 p.m. So I actually had 10 hours of sleep, which is abnormal and weird.
Did you feel weird when you woke up?
No, I felt rested. I felt great. It was a new feeling.
I was like, the
And
birds are
then-
chirping.
Fast forward to last night, and I undid all that wonderful work that I just did.
As you do. Now, coffee, like, I'm not a coffee guy, even though I have a Dutch Brothers, which technically I don't think actually counts as coffee.
I would agree with you.
Because there's so much delicious sugar in this. It is so...
It's so inappropriate.
It's a
so
coffee-flavored drink.
Yeah, no, and that's my thing. Like, because the wife loves coffee, none more black. Like, if it even walks by milk, she's kind of pissed.
Yeah, I like my coffee like I like my soul.
Yeah, bitter and murky,
Dark and bitter.
dark and bitter, black, none more black. So whenever Corey goes out, how much she does enjoy like a vanilla latte or like little something every now and then, like especially around Halloween, right? Every little treat yourself,
Pumpkin
right?
spice latte?
Right, yeah. But she's in the morning. It is like,
Where's my coffee?
kind of thing. And I'm like, honey, that tastes terrible. Like, coffee is disgusting. It's gross.
I love my bean water.
It is so bad. Now, I'm more of a tea person. Like, I'll drink an English breakfast.
No.
Yeah, I know. And then people are like, that is disgusting dishwater. Like, it is gross as hell. Like Ted Lasso. Every time he's like, that's still gross. I love it.
I hate tea.
But I will, however, as evidence here, have my Dutch Brothers, which is coffee adjacent, right? There's a shot of espresso, but there's little flavors, a little this, a little that. And Corey tries it like, this is gross.
Yeah.
Like, where's the coffee in this?
Yeah.
Like, it's hidden.
No, she's onto something.
Yeah, it's not in there.
I would absolutely say coffee is an acquired taste. It was not something that I loved at first, and I loaded it with the creams and the sugars and all that.
Yep.
And then as I continue, I probably ran out of cream or sugar one day or something like that, and it was like, I'll just drink it straight.
Have it. Yeah, because it worked.
And then you just
That's
like
it.
that's the way.
That's it. You ride the dragon now, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it worked because I did Child's Play was coming from what we call like regular theater, adult theater, snicker, right? Evening shows. So Child's Play is the morning. So we did school time performances. So I went from staying up until.
That's the one with Chucky, right?
Yes. So we did performances where kids got murdered by dolls, and they loved it. No. We had many kids crying. So
it wasn't a performance.
No, it was. It's right. So transitioning from that, because this was many years ago. Lots of coffee was around, and I'm like, this is gross. Like, so I would put in like the Swiss Miss hot chocolate, right? Use that.
That's called a mocha.
I know, and that's when I was like, this is good. And people were like, Chris, what the hell are you drinking? I'm like, I don't know, but it's got like mostly sugar and some caffeine, and they'd be like, they'd make the ugly face, like,
No,
that's the transition from
that's
staying
actually
up.
legitimately like decent.
Yeah, it wasn't
It's
great.
better than like loading it up on cream and pumps of syrup.
Oh, you mean like this delicious beverage I have in my?
It's not even like coffee color.
It's not. No,
It's just white.
It is.
That is milk colored.
Oh, it's like milk with. It's like chocolate milk.
That's not even coffee adjacent anymore.
But it does have like, well, I don't know, 2 shots of espresso, whatever. I actually asked for an extra shot. Well, no.
Looking at that color.
He was like, I don't know.
They might have forgot it.
I mean, shot. I don't think shot is officially standardized, right? Like that could be anything. It could just be 2 drops. They just get an eyedropper.
Right. No. Not. Yeah. Bloop, bloop, bloop. All right, there you go. And not to say that Dutch Brothers is highly consistent, because sometimes you're like, ooh, this one's got a little kick to it, and like today's is like, that's lovely. Oh, that's a delicious beverage. Hopefully it has caffeine in it, because that's what I kind of paid for. But it's better than having a Red Bull in the morning.
Looking at the coloration of that liquid, you did not pay for caffeine.
Come on, let me dream a little bit. Let me just wish that there's caffeine in there.
No, I won't allow it.
All right, that's fine. Not that I need it. Oh my gosh. The morning groans. Well, shall we get started?
Shall we play a game?
Shall we? All right, well, everybody, I'd say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whenever the heck you are listening to it. Welcome to another episode of the Funkatronic Rex podcast. We usually say season 2, but maybe we can skip that part because it's just...
Yeah, it's just the podcast now,
It's just it. There you go. I'm Chris, and to my right is my other fabulous co-host,
John Cena.
Wait, where is he here? I can't see you. You're invisible, dude.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Hey, Paul. Now, for the 3rd time in Funkatronic Rex Season 2 podcast history, we have another fellow adventurer here. And your name is?
Everyone calls me Q.
Q! What's up, dude? Good morning.
Good morning.
That's not my name.
Hey, that is his chosen name, and that's what we will call him from now on. That's it, for whatever reason.
My nickname since like 3rd grade.
There you go. Yeah. Just Q. That's it.
It's not your fault that you decided to hang out with 6 other Joshes.
That was awful.
Oh my gosh, right?
One class, we all sat in a row. Right.
Yeah.
So she'd be like, Josh, stop doing that.
And you're both, well,
not doing anything. Not you, the other Josh. And he'd be like, I'm not doing anything. No, not you, the other Josh. He was like, okay, I'll stop.
There you go. Well, this is awesome. A 3rd member of the merry band to go on our tangential stuff. Because wherever we decide to go.
Weird auditory adventures.
Yes, that we all take you.
ADHD conversations. Just
Yes.
we're just following the
Just
flow
go
wherever it goes.
That is what this is.
Go with the flow,
Not
man.
generally hard lefts or rights, just floating through a conversation.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just dips into the toilet bowl water.
Oh, God.
I mean, right next time, a conversation. Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
Oh, my gosh. No, we usually talk about what we played, but one of the reasons why Q is here is that we played our first session of Daggerheart. What, just this? Well, yes.
Yeah, just Saturday.
So
yeah. It's been a long week.
apparently, I've already forgotten when we played it. So hopefully it's fresh in our minds.
Oh, it has been a long week.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But have you guys played anything else? I know there's like you and I don't do the magic and whatever. Who cares about that stuff? Magic, the magique. Anything
I have
fun
not
happen?
had a chance to play any tabletop games.
Nothing
week.
else played.
Nothing.
Q.
Just
No.
video games.
Okay. Get out.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Come back. Q. Don't leave us.
Life's turned flipped upside down again. So,
Dude.
this time it won't be as long or as impactful as the last one, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, life does throw you curveballs. No, I know. And I can't judge because I think I played Daggerheart on Saturday. Mm-hmm. That was it. Yeah, that's all I got.
you didn't show up on Sunday for Star Wars?
So the idea is, since I'm
married.
thank you. I was going to say I am technically unemployed, although I do have work. You know, I am like the freelancer, so my schedule is more flexible, right? So
Right.
I'm kind of I'm lucky enough to be a stay-at-home kind of parent. So I have Wednesday nights are my writers group that I go to, and then Sundays is Star Wars where I come here to the store. And now I'm like, so what about Saturdays? And she's like, hold on. So that's fine. I want you to go play. Like, this is great. But if you do Saturday, you shouldn't do Sunday. Like, give me a day. Like, because she usually hangs out and does her stuff and runs
Yeah,
errands.
you can't have close to half the week.
Yeah, I know. Like,
It's got to be no more than 25.
Right. Like, she's like, that's like almost the whole weekend because you're.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
So
No,
here's
I
the-
get it.
You know, I show up
hard.
for like, for Star Wars Sunday, I'm like, I go here at 1 and I'll just play for a little bit.
Yeah, and she probably has like normal hours. So
Yeah.
like that's, that'd be her entire weekend.
Right.
You would be gone.
Right.
So,
and of course,
yeah,
my
no, I
usual
get it.
time is like, I'll be home around, and she's like 5 again, and I'm like, well, maybe. I mean, if I do the event, like I don't always do the Star Wars event thing that we have on
Right.
Sundays, just because I'd have to scat out around 4, just so that she's like, I could use help with dinner,
Sure.
et cetera, et cetera. So yes, so I don't when we do our Saturday Daggerheart, I let Sunday. I see you guys next week. I let go. I can't play. Or I'll try to come in like on a Wednesday every now and then. If my
Sure.
writers group doesn't fire, I'll come in and play some stuff. Or Friday afternoon, we get some games. So we do scratch the itch, but I try not to
Abuse it.
yes, thank you. I think take advantage. Try not to abuse it and be like, I can come back and do some grocery shopping or laundry or whatever.
Well, that's responsible.
So, I try. Like, I think that's the operative word. I try.
I don't.
Yeah,
It gets me in trouble plenty.
Do it. Oh, don't get me wrong. There's many times where I'm like, there's the 3 parts of laundry, right? You have the washing it, then you get the drying it. What's the third part?
Put
There
it
is
in
the
a
third
bin
part.
and let it sit for
Yes,
the week.
that's it. That's it. So
Put it in the clean pile.
Put it in the clean pile. Yeah. Now, lucky for me, she does also fall into that laundry trap, right? So I'm not the only one, but 90% of the time it's me. She's like, "Hey, that's awesome, but you did laundry, babe." So you did do laundry, right? And I'm like, "Yeah, I did the."
Yes, but
Yes, but
I did 66%
yes,
of the laundry.
Yes. And she,
I did the important
And then
parts.
right. It's ready to
Right.
go. And she's like, so, all right, let's put the wrinkle release. Okay. At least it's true. Putting away laundry sucks. We all know it. And we always we make the joke. I'm like, I just did laundry. Like, I just did.
Yeah,
I just did laundry. And it's never ending.
Especially once you add kids into the mix.
Yeah. And so we all when we start doing our laundry, we just start humming the Faith No More song, Surprise You're Dead. But we call it Surprise More Laundry, right? It never, ever ends. So we just start laughing and doing the, oh my gosh, because it never ends. Yes. And that and dishes. Terrible at dishes. I don't know about you guys out there, but I suck at dishes. Not going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. you know. And it doesn't help that I'm the cooker. I don't know about you guys, but if someone cooks, the other person cleans. So if she does the stuff,
should be,
But-
and I'm bad at upholding my end of that.
All right, I don't mean to be pulling you guys, throwing you guys under the bus here, but that's like the goal. But I'm the guy who loves the mise en place. Oh, I've got a dish for this, and I got to do this and put this in here, and I do that. And she just looks at me and goes, "Bro, if it all goes at the same time, just put it in one frickin' bowl. Boom.
Yeah.
2 bowls. Bum." And I'm like, if I see more than 3 bowls out, babe, we got to talk.
I also, I've gotten, I used to do that, and yes, the dishes helped train me not to.
Yeah, right. I haven't learned that.
So I started like, I would do that, and then I'd start like reusing bowls.
Oh, yeah.
Provided there's no like raw meat in the bowl or anything like that.
Just wash it real quick.
Yeah, it's fine. Just give it a quick
Or
scrub.
like, if I did dice a bunch of onion and pepper and that kind of thing, then that was all in a bowl.
Yeah.
And then while that's cooking, I might use that bowl
Right. For other veggies
to
or whatever.
Then I might put the raw meat in afterwards.
Touché. Yeah, right.
But yeah. But not before.
No. That would be
That's-
important safety tip.
That's how
Right.
you get sick.
You don't want to cross-contaminate. Don't cross the streams, people.
Do you want worms?
Well,
That's how you get worms.
if I'm fishing, right? Oh, my gosh. That's great. I didn't do nothing, as usual.
Yeah.
I have been hobbying, though, a little bit. I've been trying to work on my Apocalypse for Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Nice.
He is a tasty, tasty model. Like,
Yeah.
Really nice.
How big is that model?
It is this big. For those listening at home, gosh, he's one of the
About
larger
3
ones.
inches?
Yes. So he's probably about 3 inches. But
About
he's big.
twice the size of a normal model, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, give it close to twice.
Is he bigger or smaller than Hulkbuster armor?
Oh, he's smaller. So
Smaller, okay.
Hulkbuster is pretty big.
About Thanos size?
Actually, I'd say I haven't built my Thanos because he's still in the box because I'm terrible. But I think he's a little bit smaller than Thanos. Because
Okay.
Thanos is he's a chunky boy. Like, that's a
Right.
big dude. Phoenix Unleashed, however, not only is that model gorgeous, it is massive. Like, she's easily 4 inches off the thing and got the
Really?
wings of flames and gorgeous, beautiful. I'll bring it in.
Maybe we should play that game again.
I was just thinking, right? Oh my gosh, we could do that since you guys love Marvel Champions,
right.
which is awesome. I love the thank you for letting me play with you
I've
guys.
threatened to make you play with me, and we played once.
Played it, I think, only once. I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I would say, much like Marvel Champions, because one of the things that we
Right.
when we talked about is it really has the flavor of Marvel, right?
Yeah.
If
Yes,
you're
very
rocking
much so.
Bishop, or what was that game you played, X-23?
Yes.
When you were just, excuse me, guys, I'm just going to slice. Right? So you get the flavor
Right.
of it. I think Marvel Crisis Protocol really does a good job of doing the same for
think so.
miniatures.
Yeah.
For the minis. So I don't play it enough. I love Marvel. It really scratches the geek side. And then it also has a game. So I'm like, 60% is still just building the models and painting them.
Right.
But unfortunately, yeah.
Which I'm super, super behind on.
Super
I had
behind.
a notification on my phone. Google sent me a wonderful little notification. They're like, hey, you remember this event 4 years ago? And it was my painted Venom. I was like, 4 years.
4 years. Yes.
The last model I painted.
Yeah. Now, Q, do you do the mini stuff at all? Or you?
He likes to think he does.
I am
we're not
infamously
judging.
bad at it. I have the largest gray pile of shame, and I also have several boxes of just unconstructed minis.
Right? As
He
we
loves to
sprue.
acquire minis and then do nothing with them.
Exactly.
What's this box is really
Looking
cool.
at those goblins.
And then you put them there. And that box is cool, and you put it there, and you're like, I'll get to it.
Yeah.
I'll get to it.
No, I think at this point he's accepted it. He's like, Paul will assemble these for me. Jason will paint these for me.
So it'll get around to it. It'll get done. I don't think I've met a hobbyist, like a tabletop miniature
Yeah.
hobbyist person, who does not have a pile of gray.
Oh yeah.
Right? I just think it's part of the curse or whatever. Curse. It's like, well, I'm playing, Sigmar or Marvel Crisis Protocol or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, this model's cool, but do I play them? No, I'll play it. I'll do it. I'm going to play Spider-Man and Spider-Foes. I mean, no, I'm a...
Man, Spider-Foes is my jam. In Crisis Protocol, like, that was, like, the one faction that I cared about. And I'm, like, missing 4 or 5 models now because they've released more.
They've added a few more.
I don't have Rhino. I don't have Vulture. I don't have... Who else did they add? I believe they added Shocker, or was it Electro?
Electro. It's Shocker.
Shocker might have been released too.
But no, so the cool thing that Marvel Crisis Protocol is doing right now is they're releasing affiliation packs now. So that if you like Spider-Man or Spider-Foes or X-Men or whatever, it's kind of like a starter box. So it's got 4 or 5 miniatures in it. Boom, you're good to go. And you're done.
Oh, nice.
And that's it.
Right. Well, you still have to assemble and paint them.
Well, okay, hold on.
They still go in the great pile of shame.
That's step 4, 5, and 6 where you make money. You steal underwear, make money.
But you don't have to buy 6 different boxes.
Right. And they're also redoing their intro boxes. So you have the big kit with all the stuff, but then they have starter kits without the terrain and a few other things. I think it's just the terrain, but I think it comes with the dice and the measuring tools. And it's like just Spider-Foes or just X-Men.
Gotcha.
Or just, there's a third one. So you're like, I just want to start the game with X-Men.
Right.
You buy the starter kit.
Yeah, that's
X-Men.
smart.
That's nice.
So, and it's $80, something like that.
A lot of companies seem to be moving that way, where it's like buy the starter pack for the one faction you want to play, as opposed to the 2-player box.
Right. Which I think
that's way smarter.
Way smarter.
The skirmish style games help you avoid the gray pile of shame as well. It's a little bit different than when you have like, oh, I play goblins. This one unit is 40 goblins I have to paint.
It's just
so I don't want to start. I don't even want to start.
Smaller.
I'll just leave it.
It's smaller. I think that's
fair.
That's it.
But then with the skirmish games, you're more inclined to do more details, more
right.
Mm-hmm.
You want the models to pop a bit more, so there's less shortcutting and that kind of thing. They take longer to paint.
Right. It's very much like in your big armies, you got the hero.
Right. You paint the hero.
Right.
And everyone else is 3 colors, no wash, no.
Right. Slap, chop, done, dip, ready to go. And that's what I think, like most skirmish games, or Marvel Crisis in particular, it's like everyone's kind of a hero.
Right.
Or a villain, right? So you're going to spend a little bit more time on them. I did just pick up a box of Marvel Crisis Protocol, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. And then I opened up where I put my minis, and I was like, this is going to... Okay. I did not think I had that many. And there's a few Sigmar. So I got some of my Lumineth Realm Lords elves sitting there, staring at me, going, bruh. Don't forget about us. Did you forget me? And then my dwarves, I got a few, like 1 or 2 things of the Votan, and they're like, really? You're gonna buy more of those guys? What? Yeah, come on. So I have underneath my desk, I got a little area where I put the guys. I'm like, this is my process. I want to work through these guys, and then every now and then somebody will cut the line, just slip forward, like Professor X. I don't know why. Oh, how did he get there? I don't know, guys. Sorry, we'll get to you guys. Oopsie. Right. So Apocalypse is like, rolls in, just, sorry, guys. We're going to
Prof is easy,
out
though.
of my way.
That's right.
It's just a big yellow blob, and then you just paint him flesh-colored, and then do a glossy varnish on the top, and you're done.
That's it. Just keep going.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Well, what I was going to do, because I've posted this in the Discord out there, is I was going to try to work on, like, making a base kind of from, like, really build it up from scratch. The base that Apocalypse comes with is cool. Mm-hmm. It's all right. It goes with his terrain. Like, it's kind of old school Egyptian, kind of, that cool thing. But I'm like, what if I just want to play, breaking through walls like the high C guy, like the Kool-Aid guy.
The high C guy.
So I'm going to
fix Slimer.
I'm going to fix that in post. That is
Kool-Aid Man.
the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, Ecto-cooler.
Ecto-cooler, right? So I'm going through the process of trying to be like,
Oh, yeah.
Make a base so he can fit on both bases. So magnetization and all that stuff. So fantastic tangent.
Daggerheart. We were talking.
We're gonna switch back to
about Daggerheart.
Daggerheart.
Which we only introduced.
Right.
Today we're talking about
It's only
Daggerheart.
10:11. We're not ready for the main topic
Dude, if we
yet.
hit the main topic now, we're gonna be done in like 40 minutes.
No. I have so much to talk about with Daggerheart.
We can main topic it. I'm sure people are ready.
We'll
We can
flow
punch it.
back out. I'm sure of it.
Oh, no. There's always the tangents. So, yes.
What
So-
tangents?
Exactly.
So,
Man, there was this tangent once.
no, we're going to fight. We're going to throw hands. I am coming over this table,
You just broke a beer bottle.
through that mic.
Oh, my God.
I remember this one time we were trying to have a conversation.
I hate you.
This one time at band camp.
Oh, jeez.
No, that's great. Well, let's do it. Let's go. I mean, if we haven't had any much games and we've done our Daggerheart,
Yeah.
I want to.
I don't know any of us have had much hobby time, so let's hit it. Let's rock and
What's
roll
a hobby
into the
time?
I know.
I did build a new deck
For Magique.
for Magique.
Hey, we're going to fight.
No,
over the road.
no, this is on topic,
It is on
Josh.
topic.
He
Come
was
on.
asking what we did this week. If we played any games, I didn't play any games, but I did build a Robotnik deck.
Right. Well, I've been working on my Star Wars.
Dr. Eggman.
The Star Wars Unlimited deck. I'm really enjoying building it. And so, again, didn't play anything, but what would like deck crafting, kind of
Right.
tweaking it, playing it online, tweaking it, playing it online through Force Table.
right.
I don't use, there's Carabast and there's another one that Mike told me about. It's an online digital, like you can go in and play the game. And I'm like, I want to talk to people. And actually have a personal interaction with stuff. So those things are weird. Like I like the, hanging out and talking. So I've been working on like a Kit Fisto Jedi deck, which is fun. A couple of cards I'm missing. And it's doing all right. Like I'm having fun with it. Again, step 1, have fun. Step 2, hopefully win. Right? Get there. But I'm enjoying it. Because there's a couple of guys here who play like some seriously cool, but they're like fine-tuned decks. And I'm just like, whoo! I think I need to attempt to up my game.
right.
We'll see. Hopefully I'll get some
Build
games
it
in this.
casual.
Right. Like casual plus.
It's like my life.
Professional casual.
We
But so you worked on a Magique?
Magic, furthering the Fortnite-ification of Magic, they released a Sonic the Hedgehog mini set.
I heard about that.
Where
Yep.
It was just like 5 cards you can order only online. We might get 1 or 2 in here in the shop. But so they did Sonic the Hedgehog, Dr. Robotnik, or Dr. Eggman as the card is officially called. But if you watched the Jaleel White version of Sonic, it's Dr. Robotnik. Tails, Amy, Shadow. You got all of the main characters
Yeah.
as unique, mechanically unique Magic cards, which I freaking hate. That's a whole podcast conversation.
We'll put a pin in that one.
But I've been trying to boycott the whole secret lair thing because I don't like the business model that they're doing. I don't like that they're doing mechanically unique cards. I've been trying not to give them the money, but also I want my kid to play Magic, and he loves Sonic.
Uh-oh.
So
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll buy the Sonic cards, build my kid a Magic deck. Plus, on top of that, Eggman is in Grixis colors, blue, black, red. And my existing blue or post-existing blue, black, red deck at the time was my Pirates deck. And I have legitimately had more complaints about playing against that deck than any other deck I own. It's completely fair.
But
and
it's
it's
got
not doing the really salty things that
Okay.
Pirates do,
Yeah.
which is just steal all your cards.
Yeah.
I literally only had 2 cards in the entire deck that stole cards. The problem is that the deck was unstoppable. It kept bringing pirates back from the dead, and it would just overwhelm with numbers and power, and
Right.
it was just unstoppable. You'd
Once it
board
started
wipe
going-
and they'd come back.
Right.
It wasn't even once it started going. It just
does it?
It just goes.
Oh my gosh.
And then there was like 2 cards in it that locked the game down. Like there was a pirate that they made with that deck that said whenever it or another pirate enters the battlefield, you tap a creature an opponent controls, and then that creature doesn't untap for as long as that pirate is on the battlefield. So that pirate stays there. I'm playing 3 or 4 pirates a turn. I'm tapping down the entire board. None of that stuff untaps. They kill that thing. The next turn, I just bring it back from the dead. I'm tapping down more pirates or more non-pirates. And so it was, I get it. All right, Ryan, I get it.
Paul, you suck.
But it was a really fun deck to play, and it did a really cool thing that was kind of unique. But because it had more complaints than any other deck I had at the time, there might be one other deck, and I don't know if I can bring myself to take it apart. But
just hanging on the wall, in the shrine of decks that piss people off.
it's my mono white deck that.
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
But so I wanted a new Grixis deck. I wanted a new blue, black, red. Eggman fits the bill. And I was like, all right, I'll build the kid Sonic. I'll build myself Eggman. Everybody will win. So that's what it is. I built the Eggman deck. I started work on the Sonic deck. But the Eggman is done. It is sleeved. Pirates are no more.
So you discombobulated, unsleeved, and everything. You have moved on.
Yeah,
that's a sure sign. You're like, oh, sorry guys, I got to unsleeve you now.
So I now have an Eggman deck with his army of robots. That is probably going to be just as miserable to play against his pirates.
Well,
hopefully not.
Another reason why I don't play No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no.
So we played Daggerheart.
Well, one of the reasons why Q's here is he is part of our gaming group.
Correct.
Paul, you are the GM, or what? Do they have a name for it in Daggerheart? Is it Game Master or?
It's GM.
All right, GM.
I was trying to think of like a good joke to play off of that, and the only thing that came to mind was completely inappropriate.
As it should be. So Paul's GMing.
Nothing to be cut.
General manager.
I'm just a general man. I'm a people person.
Yeah.
Q and I are players amongst 3 others. So there's a party of
5.
Party of 5.
6 players.
Great show. 5 players.
5 heroes.
Yep. And you.
And 1 schmuck.
God. Wow.
Facilitator.
I don't know. The facilitator. That's a good name.
I'm the try to manage 5 lunatics at the table.
1 wrangler.
Definitely.
I am the player wrangler.
I think general manager is not a bad idea because there's a lot of wrangling, managing. Like, hey guys, let's bring it back in. Let's focus every now and then.
I wish you guys would focus less. All too often, I'm like, oh, come on, this is a perfect time for you guys to start interacting with each other and playing off of each other and having conversations with each other, and you guys all just turn and look at me at the same time. So what happens next?
Well, the dangers...
It's not just on me, guys.
Oh, it is now.
But yeah. So we wanted to bring, after a couple of our games, bring on like 1 or more of the players and have some conversations as we're going through it.
Right.
Figured it'd be a fun little change of pace, even though we've talked nothing but Daggerheart for the last several episodes.
Well, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. I think it's fine.
This might be the last Daggerheart conversation for like at least 2 weeks.
Yeah. 2 episodes. Yeah.
Speaking of, we're skipping next week's recording. So
there you go.
But yeah, so yeah, I do the GMings, and you guys do the playings.
Now did both of you do the
beta test?
Yes.
So you both did it.
Yes.
Okay.
I beta tested with I think, was it 2 or 3 groups? It was definitely 2. Did I have a third group? So. Okay. I definitely beta tested it twice at the very least. So I had Q was in one of the 2 groups.
Nice.
That I beta tested with.
So I'm curious. Never having beta tested, I've always that would be kind of fun, but I never get around to doing it. It just lands in the pile of shame. I'll get to it maybe eventually. How was the beta? How was the beta testing? And did you notice any big development jumps that you're like, oh yeah, like that was a good one or bad one. So from when we're here now playing our first session, because you have 2 groups that you're doing Daggerheart with.
Right.
So
I'm in both of them.
And you're in both. God, you just blood for
It's his
punishment
fault
here.
too. He's like, I want to play Daggerheart. So he invites
Please,
all
with
the people.
anybody.
And he's like, and so then we end up with 2 groups worth of people. And I'm like, fine, I'll run it.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Do a little celebration dance.
That's right. My clever plan is working.
Right? I get to play Daggerheart.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna rub it on my gums and say, hey man, you got any Daggerheart over there, bro? Is there one or two things that stand out for you guys from your testing that's like, oh yeah, that was a good step forward, or why didn't you fix this kind of thing? Is there anything like that?
Yes.
Armor.
Armor is a huge change. It's so much simpler now than it was in the beta test.
Yeah.
You had to do some pretty significant math. At the table, you're like, oh, wait, okay.
Damage in general, like just how taking damage worked.
Yes.
Armor is a core part of that, but yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like something like
Significant improvement.
Significant improvement, way better.
Yeah.
Because if I remember right, there's 3 thresholds within it, right? Your minor, major, and
2 thresholds.
or
Three categories,
but 2 thresholds. So category 1, you have a threshold. Category 2, a threshold. So if you have a threshold of 6, which I think is my character, and you take 5 damage, it stays in the lower category, the minor. But if it's 7, it's bumped up to that middle or major category, moderate. So minor, moderate, and major. And Black Knight. Like, he bloody cut your arms off! Right? So
it's only a flesh wound.
It's only a flesh wound. So, interesting. So there's less math. I think that idea is pretty cool. It's like, listen, if you take, you can take 1 hit point if it's in the minor. And if it goes over this threshold, you get 2. And over the next threshold, it's 3. But your character, right? Our characters have 5, 6 hit points. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a lot, which I think is kind of realistic. I love the D&D idea where you're like, well, I'm a big old dude and I've got 20 hit points. Well, you got skewered by a broadsword, so you only take 4 damage? Like, how does that work?
I think Daggerheart does a better job at explaining mechanically how we think hit points should work.
Right. Yeah.
In D&D, when you have 70, 80, 100 hit points, it's less about you getting hit and more representative of your exhaustion throughout the fight.
Right.
And so if you get hit in D&D, it's not so much a hit as it is just like you getting worn down.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Whereas in Daggerheart, getting hit is getting hit.
Yeah.
You get hit, maybe not perfect, right? It's still an abstraction because, like, yeah, you can, if you get a major wound, it still can't it's impossible for it to one-shot you, right? Can you do one-shot in Daggerheart?
So there is an optional rule for severe damage.
Okay.
Where I think they have to, like,
if it's double
quadruple or
yeah,
double your major threshold, you would then take 4 hit points worth.
but that's still not enough to kill most players.
Most.
But if you were to hit someone that didn't level up, like a wizard,
Right.
that didn't level up their hit points, that might be a one-shot. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
How many hit points does your character have? 5?
I'm a human, so I got 1 extra slot. So I think I have 6.
Okay.
Which I was surprised at. I'm like, that's, to me,
Pretty
that
nice.
feels a little beefy for a bookworm,
Yeah.
Guy, but
You're a war mage.
Resilient.
right. Well, that's what I was saying. I'm like, it's a little bit.
It's from all the lashings.
all the beatings and eating cold yellow ice for years and years. Eating yellow ice. Yes. So I kind of worked it into the character. I'm like, okay, you get a little extra bonus.
Right.
Oh, okay. That's because being human in Daggerheart, you get an extra hit point slot. So I was like,
That's cool.
I was like, all right, I'm not gonna get instantly blown out of the water. Just the second round I might have.
So it
An
used
issue.
to be if so the DM or GM in Daggerheart, when they make it an attack roll against the player. It's the same as it was in the beta.
Okay.
You roll a d20.
Okay.
And then you add the monster's attack bonus, which is in tier 1, it's usually a +1, thereabouts. And you roll that, and I almost always roll under a 10 because that's how I do. And
Unless you crit me.
yeah, it's either
Which
it's either
happens,
under a 10 or a
like,
crit.
Yeah.
Two
That's,
in one
those
session.
are the only things.
There's like a couple of rows you're just like, I'm never gonna hit you guys
Yeah.
ever, and you're like, Sakurai go, oh, does a 20 hit? And you're like, yeah.
10 to 19 on my dice just don't exist.
they're not there. They're just
It's
blank.
all 1 through 9 and then 20.
So basically, it's a 10-sided, just repeated.
Yeah,
1 through 9, 1 through 9, and then the 20.
I
Yeah.
should just switch it to a 10-sider.
There you go.
So the GM rolls a d20. They add the attack, and then you compare that to your evasion score.
Right.
And the evasion largely was unchanged from the beta.
Yeah.
Evasion's based on your class.
The class. And then there's a couple of
There's
like,
a couple of
level
items
ups
and level
then-
ups and things like that might boost your evasion.
So like my goblin in our other game has a 16 evasion, which is insane.
A
Yeah.
16?
A 16. And he
Dude.
gets hit all the time because that's when Paul rolls high. But my warrior right now, which does have a pretty high starting evasion, since he's using specific equipment, his evasion's down to 9.
Right.
So it's easy to hit, but he has more armor because of it.
Right.
So that's the thing. Like, there's the give and take, which they did play around with DD a little bit. But I think that was kind of cool. If all right, you can get basic armor, but it keeps your evasion up. But if you say go for chainmail, plate mail, whatever, adamantium, stuff like that, you have a bonus for armor, but you get a negative effect as well. So there's a little advantage, disadvantage.
Right.
Which does seem like it feels like it's almost like a theme of the game, hope and fear, right? You have an advantage and disadvantage. So you can make the choice. The choice is yours,
Right.
but choose wisely, as it were. What advantage do you want and what disadvantage do you want to deal with?
Right. So
is
usually
kinda cool.
if you have a higher evasion, you have lower thresholds. So it's easier for you to take more damage.
Right.
But if you have a lower evasion, your thresholds are super high, so you take very, very little damage.
Right.
If not none.
Yeah.
The turtle guardian.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So that was largely the same. And then so if I roll over your evasion, if I roll over a 16 on the goblin,
Yeah.
then I hit. And then I roll damage, which is usually based on the monster, it's at 1d6, 1d8, or double that if you're tier 2, triple that if you're tier 3. Which I can explain tiers in a second. Then I roll my damage and add the bonuses and say, okay, I'm dealing 7 damage to you, right?
Right.
And then in the old game, you would take there was an armor score. You would take an armor score and
Subtract it to the damage.
subtract that from the damage, then compare that to your threshold.
I don't remember that part. It was just really,
So in essence,
There was
like,
an
really
extra
goofy.
step.
there's that gif of somebody with all the calculations floating around and they're
Right.
staring and like,
It wasn't.
was it in
buffering.
I can't- yeah, buffering.
Buffering.
was it 3, 5, or
think
4,
I took
whatever?
one hit point.
It was like the Thaco score.
That was
Echo.
second edition.
Was that second?
yeah.
Or like, yeah, right. 2 hit AC 0 or whatever. And I definitely remember a couple of times I'm like, this has got to be a better way because I have to subtract and add stuff. I just want to be like, what is my die roll? I add stuff. Is it better than or worse than whatever your number is? And you figure that out in your character sheet. You add it all up
Right.
and you write it down. Your AC gives you this bonus. Your dexterity gives you this bonus. That's it. That's all you got. Not Thaco. Well, if your Thaco is 4 and I rolled a 12 and I got to subtract 2 and take the cosine of the tangent, I'm like, it sucks.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, this is miserable.
Yeah,
I'm crying on the outside.
Yeah.
Like,
Early Daggerheart, the Daggerheart beta was very reminiscent of Thaco for
Yes.
sure.
Okay.
It wasn't that bad, and to be fair, Thaco wasn't that bad either.
no, it's just goofy.
It was just silly, and it was extra steps for no reason.
Yeah,
and,
right. Yeah.
And so what they did in the official release is they cut out like a whole step in the damage process, and now your armor score, instead of reducing the damage you take, it calculates how many times you can reduce the threshold.
Right.
Oh no, that's what it was. You could spend an armor slot to reduce the damage.
Oh, and it was still by the armor score.
And it was by the armor
so
score.
odd.
And so you would spend an armor slot, and then I think you had a certain number of armor slots based on your class.
It was weird.
So now what they did is they baked the armor slots into the armor score. Now gives you how many armor slots you have, and if you take off the armor slot, then you just lower it by one threshold entirely. So if you're taking major damage, you now take minor damage. Instead of, or if you're taking minor damage, you take no damage instead of just reducing the number. So it definitely simplified it a lot. It ended up working out to be roughly the same. The players, I think, are slightly more powerful as a result of it, but it's not enough for it to be like game breaking. Overall,
except for our turtle, like that cat.
Well,
that's the Guardian in general. Though.
Yeah, I mean, it was that way in the beta too.
Okay.
And I think there's a lot of power fantasy for the players in this game, which I really enjoy.
Yeah.
You get a lot of cool spotlight moments that you feel like your class, like what we were talking about with Marvel Crisis Protocol, where Spider-Man feels like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
In this game, you feel like your class. You feel like it's actively your class, which I think is really cool. Each class feels like very distinct and like they have their place to shine.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you two.
And the Guardian is definitely shining in his, I don't want to take any damage at all.
I love how you read this. Like, so if I do this, do I just take no damage? I think we're all
We
like,
all look at it. Yes.
yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. I mean, you are a 10-foot turtle, so you just turn around and be like, tink.
Yeah, you're just a big meat shield.
He's like, I am your shield. He gets in the way. I was like, you didn't need to get in the way of my minor threshold.
Right.
But
But still, the power fantasy was there. It's just so cool.
Yeah, watching you two, like, because you're like 6, whatever. Like,
Right.
like
I'm this giant buff goat man.
Yeah, and then the 2 turtles, and I'm just sitting here going, smoking a cigarette in the background. Okay, it's great. I'll wait till you guys are done.
But you weren't. Like, you were doing, in the middle of combat, like, an important part of getting the ship, trying to get the ship started up.
Trying to get the ship started. That is correct.
Well, okay, so before we go over what happened in this session, let's talk. I don't think we ever on the podcast actually went over like who your character is, what they look like, and that kind of thing, right? When people know that it's a wizard.
Kinda
people
did.
know it's a human. You're from the north.
Totally meant to bring in
we
my
went
character
through a
sheet.
lot of. We went through a lot of it.
Right.
But I want to like reintroduce the characters just briefly.
Right. So my character is a wizard. Because that's what I usually play. He's from the northern, right now, the Dominion, which is very much a imperial, the empire, an empire in the north that is gathering the magic crystals for war and advantage and tactical purposes. They kidnap or forcefully volunteer people to join their ranks. If you have any spellcasting ability, you are conscripted into their training. Voluntold. Exactly. I love that. Voluntold.
Just like the Jedi.
That's right. And it's exactly. So I try to mix a little bit of both.
Yeah.
And then at for my character, the first big battle that he went on was like, nope, this sucks. My trainer.
I didn't sign up for this.
I did not sign up for this.
FTS, I'm out.
Yeah. Yes, WTF. So I had a little fight with my mentor. And so one of my character things is like being able to kind of click into and channel magical energy at maybe a little higher clip. Like I can channel the force somehow. So I escaped him, ran off, and escaped to the south. And basically my guy's kind of an frankly, like whenever I think of him and look at the description, he's kind of an albino. Like very pale skin, pale white skin. Like, I don't know, longish, of course. He's rock and roll, longish hair. So he's a little, like most people up there, very pale, very, like northern Scandinavian Vikings meets Russian type stuff. And yeah, I think that kind of covers it. He apparently became a pilot in this episode, trying to figure out how to.
Everyone turns and looks at Chris.
You're the smart one.
Who's gonna pilot this? Everyone looks at you. You're like,
This
You're the brains. You do it.
Didn't Paul just say, I don't know? I mean, there's somebody here who kind of got trained in using crystals.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I threw you.
Guys, I
threw you under the sky ship on that one.
We kind of talked about that a little bit. Well, that was great.
Yeah.
But I definitely was like, guys, I just lost a battle to the stairs. Like, are you sure you want me to?
that's my favorite part. I laughed for
We
so
all
long.
were laughing so hard. And
man.
so the
That's
words
time.
you use matter in the game, obviously. We'll get to that.
I do want to talk about the stairs a little bit more.
we're going to
because
talk about
it
the stairs.
explains the duality dice so well.
We're going to talk about
I
the
know,
stairs.
we'll get there.
The stairs are coming.
Yeah,
I know.
the stairs are
They're inevitable.
The stairs are coming.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my god! So I think
Greatest
that's my
adversary.
character. He escaped. He's one of so Mike is a sorcerer, which works a little different. And since I'm trained in the magic, I have more kind of exposure to these crystals and a little bit more knowledge. And maybe we shouldn't be hiking through this area for too long because, to quote modern technology, the radiation sickness might mess
Right.
us up.
Interestingly,
cool.
I don't think the wizard and sorcerer share a domain, right? They're two completely
I think
different
they're
ones.
completely
I
different.
think they're different.
Because
Yes.
the sorcerer is definitely night magic, and I want to say
Arcane.
arcane, right? And then the wizard isn't arcane.
He's
Their
Codex.
book,
and
Codex, and it's a divinity
Splendor?
one.
Splendor.
Splendor.
Yeah, because it's like a book and a glowing orb or something
Yeah.
like that is the symbol of those.
It's
Yeah,
really interesting to me. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's really cool that we have the two distinctly magic-oriented classes in the game that traditionally, in terms of like D&D, those classes are identical. The only difference between a sorcerer and a wizard, especially up until 5th edition, up until 4th edition, was just how they get their spell slots and use
Right,
them.
right.
That was really the major difference. And then 4th edition was weird, and then 5th edition started giving them their own spell sheets.
if I
They-
remember, because I
Get
did.
their own
they,
spell
they
list.
shared a
Not really.
lot of the spells.
I think I remember because they do share some spells, but they do have their own unique interpretation of it a little bit. Because I did look at the 5th edition Player's
Right.
Handbook because, you geek out. And I'm like, oh, memories.
There's more class abilities
Yeah.
in 5th edition. Third edition had a lot of it, but it felt
Not as a caster, though. They were pretty samey.
right.
Yeah.
It felt a lot less impactful than what 5th edition gives you
Right.
with
what
chaos magic.
And what I
all
tried
that.
to do, because one of the stories and stuff that I'm writing and working on is exploring the idea of what's the difference between a sorcerer and a magician, right?
Right.
What is that? Why do we have that classification? Kind of inspired by D&D's more. I'm trying to do 5th edition ish,
Sure.
D&D adjacent. But to me, the sorcerer was always kind of like a Jedi, right? Or a Force
Right.
user. It's internal. You have an internal connection to a magic power that you use, and you can say turn it into stuff.
Yeah, the
You don't-
rocks have it, the trees have
Right,
it.
right, exactly.
Magic,
While
that is.
Yeah. While a magician, a magic user, is more
They saw people in half.
right. Yeah. Well, just once or twice in college.
Pull doves out of hats.
Right? Rabbits. No, that's an illusionist. That's a subclass. And I love those. I had one illusionist for years and years, and it was great. And everybody was like, your illusionist class is lame. And I'm like, hold my beer, bro. I will scare the monsters.
In the revised 5th edition in 5.25, 5.24.
5.25, 25, 25.
Yeah, whatever. It's just revised. It's just revised 5th edition. In 5th edition revised, they really buffed the illusionist, and the illusionist is at least when the book first came out, it was widely considered to be one of the best approaches.
Okay.
In the book,
Yeah.
the way that they did it was really strong and really really cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Because I'm trying to
a
think
lot of people were really high on it.
the superhero Marvel analogy, like what is his name? The Spider-Foe, Mysterio? Is that his name? Something like that, who creates these illusions like in the movie. Like it will mess you up. Because like you're fighting some guy, but you're actually like punching a wall or jumping off a cliff or whatever. So my illusionist was kind of like, well, I tried to play around with those ideas like that, which was super fun. Back in the day. But the thing that I'm like, I think about when
it's
I see
an illusion,
here,
Michael.
It's an illusion, Mike. You're eating maggots, Michael. So the idea is like a magician, a magic user is more external. Books, rings. I gotta have stuff to access it, while a sorcerer is more internal. I can turn it on, but it drains me quicker because it's me that's the conduit, not a thing. So that's what I'm playing with in the story. And that's what I'm kind of looking at like, all right, I have to focus on my character. I got to have the things. I can't just be like, I summon the power of magic. You're like, no, bro, you got to, even though they don't really talk about it, you need to like, how do I make him I have to study. I gotta work. I gotta read. Not memorize spells, but I can't just call it out from the ether and be like, I cast fireball. Like you gotta. What did I prepare? Which I think is makes sorcerers' missions different.
Liam O'Brien in Critical Role did a really good job, I think, at portraying the distinction.
Yeah.
In the second campaign, he played a wizard that. What he ended up focusing on a lot as the character from a role play standpoint is he would commonly describe the spell components, the hand gestures, what he's doing to cast the spells, as opposed to just saying, I cast fireball, right?
Right.
I pull out bat guano and I mush it together in my hand and I mold it and then I release a ball of fire, right? And so he's taking more time to describe,
I might take a look at that.
One of
That's
his common spells he would use is the alarm spell, and in D&D it describes to you what the spell components are, which are mostly flavorful at this point, and it tells you if there's verbal, somatic, what type of things that your character has to do in order to do it, and so he would study those spell lists for the spells that he knew, and he would say, if he's casting the alarm spell, I take some string, I spread it around the area that we're setting up for camp, and I, do a ritual.
Right. I whisper, I say in the words as I
spell.
lay the string, and then I have to tie it together in a certain way, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I always viewed the wizard as more of a scientist. Like, they're an academic. They study, like, fantasy science of how the world interacts. How does this all work? And you have these words of power. You have these things that you are utilizing, but you yourself is not magical. Or the sorcerer is just innate within them.
Right. Like, they're a battery, and you're charging yourself full of this innate power. While, you're like, oh, if I need to figure out how to harness these energies, I have to create a tool for me to connect to that, or create something that allows me to connect to that. Yeah, that's a really good analogy. Yeah,
and I think Daggerheart nails it.
Yeah,
because
I think so.
Your sorcerer is instinct based,
right,
and your wizard is knowledge based.
Right. Yes. So I need to. I mean, as a player, I think I need to somehow start figuring that out. You're putting us through this in medias res, like right in the action, which was great. Gets us into the story, allows us to role play a little bit, but also
our party did not meet in a tavern.
Correct. I loved it. So I need to start like thinking about that. Like, what do I have? Did I grab stuff on the way, or have I built a few things? Do I need components? Now, one thing that is interesting about Daggerheart so far, and correct me if I'm wrong, is there's not a spell list.
That's
correct. So you do not have, and I kind of like, not get me wrong, like I like the penumbra, the extra stuff. I like a spell list where I can pick and choose. Like, if I'm from the north, I would pick not warm spells. I would be like ice shaft and this thing and frostbite and this and that. So I enjoy that as a springboard to help build that character, build the tool set that you carry around with you. But Daggerheart is like, a little more like
Freeform.
It's freeform, absolutely. Like what you asked me. You know, I'm like, boom, I'm gonna attack with my great staff. I roll the stuff, and you go, well, what does it look like? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, oh yeah. So it's not a hand-to-hand great staff. This is my tool that I use to access the magical ether of this world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it looks like. So I might change it a little bit since I'm like, it's from the north. It'll be, I would choose something cold that I would know. I'm like, hey, oh yeah. But one of my spells is that. So I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. I'll do that.
That's one of my favorite things to do as a GM. Anytime I'm playing with a spellcaster, the first time they cast any spell, cool. What does that spell look like?
Yeah.
This is the first time we've seen it.
Yeah.
What does it look like? And then that both defines the character, kind of what kind of magic they're doing, as well as kind of gives us a springboard into the world. What does magic look like in this world?
Right.
Is it just a beam of light like in the show Free Run? Have you started it?
No.
So in the show Free
I
Run,
haven't either. It's okay.
they take the staff, and whenever they're channeling an attack spell or just about any spell, they channel it all through their staff. And so when they're casting a spell, oftentimes the end of the staff will light up. It'll draw an arcane circle in front of the staff, just kind of very anime-esque, floating off of it, and then it'll shoot a beam out of the center of that disc, that arcane disc that appears of light.
That's cool.
And so, like, you know, is it that, or does the end of your staff crystallize into ice and then start shooting off ice shards, right? Which is roughly what you ended up describing at the time in the moment. Both are valid. Yeah. Both are the correct answer. Yeah. Which one works best for your character and your vision of that character? And then, you know, later on as a GM, when I'm describing how an enemy might use magic, I'm going to draw from that inspiration. This is how magic works in this world that we've created together. So that that's one of my favorite questions to ask for a lot of things.
And I thought it definitely, I mean, kind of put us on the, no, I wouldn't say put on the spot, but I was like, oh yeah, that's right. You know, the role-playing part. Like, what does that do? How does my character interface with the arcane? Right.
And then for Alex and his cool ability of I am your shield, what does that look like?
Yeah.
Oh, I go and I push my ally out of the way and I take it on the shell. Oh, that's awesome.
Right.
It doesn't just go to magic. Magic's the obvious one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But what does your ability look like? What does that talent look like?
Yeah.
As far as spell lists are concerned, Daggerheart does a little bit with the Codex domain specifically. The Codex domain, widely considered to be the most powerful domain.
Excellent.
It's because each card has options.
Because each card has three options
that's true.
on it.
So there is a list. So it did. I was like, okay, I need to have probably one more just so I have a few more options. Wasn't able to use them in this session just because I think I misread. I'm like, oh yeah, that has to be close.
The Codex, if you have that domain, you're gonna have to be. You have more bookkeeping to do. You have a little bit more like, oh wait, do I have a tool for this?
You gotta bookkeep the Codex.
That's right. There's a lot more than like what my warrior has to keep track of.
Right.
There is,
and your warrior versus like Mike's sorcerer. He's got a few things, but he can more like take that riff and inspiration. I'm definitely like, this is kind of what's in my spell book, right? In my codex. I'm like, so these are the things that I'm learning and unlocking along the way.
And the domains do a good job at being flexible, right? So the codex, or not the codex, the night domain, midnight domain for the rogue and the sorcerer is shared. And one of the spells in the midnight domain is it's called Rain of Blades. And Mike liked that spell. He took that spell. And I like it from a GM perspective or from a design perspective because the Rain of Blades spell for a rogue or a sorcerer could look very different. A sorcerer could be conjuring arcane magical knives that are raining down on their foes. Yeah. Whereas a Rain of Blades from a rogue might be, I just take a fistful of blades and throw it at people, right? Yep. Both are valid descriptions of the same ability that do the same thing. But one is very magical in nature. One is very, physical in nature. And I like that there's a lot of open interpretation to what each of those might look like. The codex design seems pretty well done in that there's usually one attacky thing, one flavor thing, and then usually like a utility thing.
Yeah, so far, I'll have to go back and take a look, but it's like, attack-ish, defense-ish, like support kind of thing as well, so which is great. So, yeah, what was it? I was like, oh, I got this push touch. I got to be within, it was like very close range. I think you're like,
you have to touch it.
Do you got to touch the thing? And I'm like, that would be a bad idea. And you're like, yeah, maybe. I mean, this is a big frog. This is a big, whatever, like,
huge toad.
It was a huge toad. It was a huge, like, crystal boar.
Huge toad.
Huge toad.
It's like a really big toad. I was like, wait, I just got eaten by a huge toad. He's like, yeah. Oh, it's the size of a bus.
Yeah. We need the references. Right? So when you say like wild boar, which has been mutated to be 2-3 times the size of a wild boar, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not touching that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to go near that guy. So yeah, so that.
Mini. What Daggerheart does really well is it has these different things for inspiration throughout it. In my case, it was art. I had never planned on playing a faun or a goat person. When I saw it, I was like, that's ridiculous. I don't want to play that. And then it has these little character sketches for the race.
Mr. Tumnus.
And I saw this giant buff faun, and I was like, I'm going to play that.
Right.
Like, I want to be that. Oh, and I'm going to make him a bodybuilder. That's cool. I'm going to make him a total gym bro. But, like, super positive. Not the toxic gym bro, but like, hey, bro, I see you out there. I see the work you're putting in.
Yeah.
You're looking great.
Looking good, dude.
Nah, man, I'm just trying to be like you. Like that kind of dynamic. And I was like, oh, now I need to find a class that would kind of fit that. And so I was looking at the warrior, and there's this warrior that even when he rolls with fear, he gains hope. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. And then I'm shopping around on the warrior. I'm looking at him like, what can I do with this? Oh, at level 2, he has this ability where he can hype up a member of the party during a rest and
like,
give them
you
hope.
got this, dude.
And I was like,
yeah,
this is perfect. So it was all like coming together. And I had never, ever planned on making this character. I thought I was going to go with something totally different. And once it kept evolving, I just kept texting Paul. I was like, ooh, I'm going to do this. Ooh, I'm going to do this. Ooh, I'm going to do this. So I have this big strength-based warrior that is hyper positive and all about community within our group. And he's paired with a demon monkey, a monkey goblin thief who does like to scam people. And I help them because I see the good in them.
Yeah.
There's a bright side to
there's
everyone,
a bright
right?
side to everything and everyone. So he's really fun, but he's also very grandiose in everything. If you haven't gone onto that yet.
No, I didn't see that at all.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that at all, Q. Yeah.
And so we'll get to one class feature later in the thing because I used it. I don't know that I used it very well, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
We start with the boar.
Yeah. But I think the characters your character is very cool. You played it with joie de vivre, with a certain level of excitement. I was just like, dude, do I need to step up my oh no, that's his character. He is rocking it.
Hyper positive Jim Bro, goat.
Yeah.
Jim Groat.
He is the Groat.
He is the Groat. Nickname of Flex.
Oh, yep. Nicknamed Flex.
Yep.
Oh, what is his full name? It's Menser Flex Forigno.
Yeah.
So I just took different bodybuilders' names.
Love it. Well, no. So your gym bro, Flex, did some flexing.
Yes,
like,
he did.
So just the kind of a fun thing is like the turtle and Flex, and I can't remember the turtle's name, the character's name. You guys did some work.
It was Kombu.
Yeah, it's almost like kombucha.
Yeah.
It's almost like kombucha.
And he and I are very like go with the flow type of characters. We're both kind of Polynesian based.
Yeah.
Because for both of us, life just needs to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Everyone takes this this whole thing too
I
seriously.
mean, he is a giant turtle, so he's just chilling.
Yeah, we have very chill vibes.
Very chill. It was great.
And what I like about that dichotomy is you guys are both the frontliners. You guys are the two ones that are like first into battle, in the thick of it. But you guys are also both like the most laid back and chill of the entire group. So I had a very Paul start of the campaign. Very me intro into kind of how I like to start games. So I opened by describing the area that you guys were in, and we were right in there was a little bit of preamble, a little bit of a Star Wars style
Well, no,
crawl.
there was a little crawl, but it wasn't that long, which was good. Just a little setup. You guys moved here. You heard this rumor. You moved here, and go kind of thing. It was.
Right.
It was. I think it was solid enough for us to get interested, but not so long. We're all like, Paul.
Right. And also not I tried to make it pretty open so that like you guys could fill in the blanks in terms of what made sense to your characters, as opposed to me saying, well, you do this because of this, and then somebody would be like, my character wouldn't do that. For reasons up to you, you've decided to band together, and just kind of left it at that. And I think that worked pretty well. And with that combined with the connections
Session 0
part of Session 0, I think gives us enough like reason as to, okay, no, there's a reason why my character would join these guys. There's a reason that my paranoid wizard would join these high-strung
Right?
crack addicts.
That's
crack addict
totally
goblins.
it, man. I'm like, they provide the distraction. No one's going to pay attention to me at all in this party because they're like, giant turtle, Jim Bro. What are those things? Like, I'm like, ugh. And I'm like, I'm just hanging out, nothing. Just, shh, I'm not even here, man. So, yeah, it worked out great.
There is all the party is just pulling attention away from you.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. Someone's like,
This is like the perfect party for someone trying to hide, right?
yeah.
No.
No, not well. We'll find out.
They're drawing so much attention to themselves, or rather, they haven't yet. But I could see them absolutely drawing
Right.
so much
attention. Like, guys, let's be subtle
The
today.
rogue's going to get arrested.
Oh no, really?
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
no. I do think the rogue and Mike's sorcerer it's gonna be fun.
It's going to be amazing
Yeah.
in town. I
There's
can't
gonna
wait
be
to
a-
see them.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a jailbreak, unfortunately, or something. Oh my gosh. Hopefully not. We'll see. Knock on wood.
Well, we will see.
But yeah, so I agree. Session 0 really helped create not only between the players, like us hanging out, meeting people for the first time, and chilling and enjoying each other's company. The characters, asking those questions, finding out. Like, I think and we kind of touched upon this in a previous episode, but like the moment like where we asked, you and I, Q, asked a question like, oh, it's my turn, Q, how do we know? And we talked like this, like, well, I'm not very good with like my hands, like I'm a big dude. And I'm like this, and I do my stuff, and I'm like, well, like, what happens? Like, I like to do my hobby of scrimshaw. And you're like, what's that? And I'm like, it's where you have to practice carving stuff. And I'm teaching you how to do that. And you're like, wait, what? That sounds crazy. Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Like your work cut out for you.
Right? This huge 6-foot buff faun taking these little tools and just taking a moment. Again, like going into that, like, let's zen out and relax for a bit. And this is what you can do. And I'm like, this is great. This is weird as heck, but it's going to be awesome. Yeah. I'm like, scrimshaw. We'll love it. Sure.
Mm-hmm. you gotta carve your runes
That's
into
right.
your staff.
That's exactly it. Every time, little carve, little notch, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I killed a boar, so we did. So I just have, I fell down some stairs. So now there's a little carving of.
We're not to the stairs yet. Not to the
Get
stairs,
there.
but we are to the board.
Yes,
so,
yes.
So I wanted to kind of introduce the one of the core themes of the world that we kind of all came up with was the crystals. We talked a bit about that in the last episode. And so I really wanted to kind of spotlight the how the crystals interact with the world and kind of what kind of impact they have on the world, as well as kind of hopefully establish a little bit more about it. We did get to do a little bit more world building as we were going along. So I described that you guys were in this area that was infested with the crystal energy. Everything's turning to crystals around it, and then you guys encounter a giant monstrosity, a boar that's been mutated by the crystals.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think of the boar? Was it cool or was it a boar?
Ah!
But
I don't have my womp sad trombone handy.
I thought the boar was an excellent storytelling device. Just how he was painted, the abilities that he had, you go, okay, this is what a corrupted creature by these crystals looks like. And it felt very Princess Mononoke-esque, where, okay, this giant boar is corrupted, but instead of it being this like black mass of worms, you have this these crystals jetting out of it. And the crystals can harm you either by the boar using them and like maybe shooting them, if I recall. Did they shoot him or he just kind of threw his shoulder into you?
No, it was anytime it took melee damage, it would deal one harm back. And that was to represent the danger in that this isn't a normal beast. There's these crystals coming out at unpredictable points.
Yeah, I remember you jumped up, did a massive attack, but hit it, and the shrapnel basically was like, Kush! I think we're all like, okay, so we don't want to hit it?
Not in melee.
I did try to flavor that in different ways. Like sometimes somebody would be hitting it with melee and they would scrape their arm on a piece of it. Sometimes
I did a jumping attack
and it would shatter.
Slid down him.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I tried to flavor it in different ways that worked for the boar. I didn't want to go hog wild with it.
Oh god, there's so much more of this. Woo! So good.
But I did try to like, so it wasn't just like, okay, you did melee damage, you take a harm.
Right.
I keep saying harm because that's the term used in Apocalypse World. Take a damage,
a wound.
Yeah.
Take a wound.
But it's functionally the same thing.
Yeah. No, I thought that was great because it is even though we talked about world building in session 0, being in the moment and as you describing it with characters like in game, we're like, oh, this is kind of like a little trough, little valley. There's crystals everywhere, and I'm like, God, what? This could end, like if something happens, like I'm seeing this going, that's like spikes. That's like caltrops on the ground. These are spikes on the thing. Like we might get, and of course, Mike's like, I'm going to jump around and climb on them. I'm like, that's going to cut your hands, bro. Like, but he's so strong.
Also, they're radioactive.
They're basically kind of.
Quit playing with those.
Like I'm going to break one. We're all like,
kids on the escalator again.
Yeah. We're going to walk away. So I thought it was very cool. Like,
he was breaking it to test me to see if like it would explode when he hit it, and I get it, but also like from my perspective as a GM, it was like I'm gonna go with what you guys want this world to be. Like, do you want them to be explosive? Do you want them to be? And I didn't quite like stop in the moment. I tried to keep the momentum going to have that discussion, but it was like I knew why he was doing it. I probably should have asked a couple more clarifying questions, briefly, but yeah, for the most part, like that was it's very much a traditional. In this, I run into this all the time when I run games. It's very much a traditional role playing game thing to do, right? Like, let me test the world that the GM built,
right?
And it's
I'm going to try to break it, see where I can push. How to push the envelope, see where we're at. Yeah.
When I run games, whether it's D&D, Daggerheart, whatever, I very much don't build worlds. I collaborate on worlds with you guys. And so for me, it's less that the crystals and what their properties are is much less defined. It's defined as we play the game through the story, through what makes sense for you guys or what makes sense from a narrative perspective. And then it'll lock in, right? Like if you guys had an interaction with the crystal and then that caused it to explode because it was a cool story moment, Now crystals are explosive for the rest of the game. But if you're just doing it for science, that's less exciting.
Well, I think also it opens up the fact that, like, how much do we know about these crystals? Like,
Right.
all this knowledge has been filtered down, but there's really not that many people that know exactly what they do. Us plebeians, people are like, well, they catch fire. Oh, they could explode. They could melt your skin if you touch them. And we're all like, well, what happens? So now we as players are like, well, what is happening when we grab them? Well, Mike's hand didn't melt. It's not like grabbing the radio, the tubes from Chernobyl or whatever.
Right.
You're not picking up the rock from Time Bandits. You're not going to instantly explode. But there's still the chance that something could happen.
I also didn't, 5 minutes into our first session, want to, insta-kill a player, right?
Well, just like, boom, from the distance, the ship sees a mushroom cloud. And we're like, well, that's a great session. Good job,
All right,
guys.
cool. Let's start over.
Yeah, re-roll your characters.
New session 1-0.
Because for me, where I went was, all right, he just sliced it and kind of used it. So moderately stable in their natural form, but if they are, say, messed with by us people and plugged into something, maybe that's when they are. I'm like, oh. So when we're in the bottom of the ship, I was definitely thinking don't go near the reactor core.
Right.
If they're plugged in and it's powered up, that's when they become the reason they're in there is because they're unstable, and the unstable creates the energy that we use. That's the thing.
Yeah.
For my character's mind and stuff like that. So I'm like, so if it's just hanging out, maybe we touch it. But if it's in something or it's charging something up, don't play with that, guys. I'm like, Mike, don't play with that. But I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn it. It's fine.
I mean, it was definitely we were all getting our feel for the world, our feel for
and each other.
each other, and the story we want to tell. So it was there was nothing wrong that was happening there or anything like that. And I encourage people to push the boundaries and test things and do science.
Right.
I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying I wasn't prepared for that, and it wasn't. I wasn't ready to answer that question.
Yeah.
Right. So,
But I think I do on the whole think the boar encounter was cool. The way you described it was interesting and unique and put us in that world. Shards come off. It's like oozing, glowing stuff. It has been mutated. It is just merely boar on the outside.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's going to happen on the inside. So, when you're doing your attack, I'm like, oh my God, is it going to burn you? Is it going to splat? So I'm staying away. I'm going to shoot you from over here, dude. Pew, pew.
Yeah.
Pew, pew. Oh gosh.
I think the crystal. This isn't something we've established yet, or something we've discussed in the game, and so it's definitely something that's on the table for a future game session. But I think the crystal, being able to utilize the crystals for personal gain, I think that's a relatively new thing in this world. I think maybe less than 100 years.
I'd probably say so. Yeah.
Or maybe just over 100 years, maybe 2 generations.
Yeah.
But there's not a ton of skyships. I feel like there's not very many. There's not a lot of known answers about the crystals.
Well, even within 100 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think generations about 25 years, whatever. So let's say 3 or 4 generations from discovery.
I always go 70 years for generations, but 25, 30 years is probably correct.
I mean, it could be in this world, whatever, depending on how long we live or whatever. But,
Sure.
I definitely think.
In that case, 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
this group?
If we keep chopping crystals up, we're going to see what happens. I think from that is a discovery to using it. I think 100 years is pretty good because it's like, well, people are going to die. Things are going to blow up. A lot of ships are going to crash.
Right.
And then after a while, you're like, okay, how long did it take? I mean, how long did it take from Wright brothers to the jet engine type thing?
Oh yeah, to Airbuses.
Right, to Airbus.
Yeah, I mean, there was only 50 years, right?
Yeah,
right.
so
About
it could take
2 generations.
Yeah, so
Surgeon
there you
technology.
go. So in this world, is it around that time? And we've we have not quite built the Airbus. We're still on the, we can hold a few passengers, or have we reached that point? And that's something to discover, I think, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't imagine a lot of airships. Like, it's not like Back to the Future where we have highways in the air.
Right.
But there's enough where we're not like, every time a ship flies by, like, oh my gosh, it's, okay. All right. Better get used to that.
It's not a common occurrence, but it's not so uncommon that it's like, stop what you're doing.
Right.
There's an airship in the area.
Right. Yeah. So
yeah.
it was good. I like the boar episode. Boar Encounter.
I did.
It was good.
I don't know how I feel about this, and I wanted to talk about this with you two. For the first encounter, I wanted to do a solo enemy, and just to kind of like let people kind of get used to how combat works, but not overwhelming. Do you think it would have been better to do like more small enemies for the first encounter, as opposed to one singular enemy?
Oh, radio silence. I think because the way it happened, the way it planned out, we had a singular encounter with one enemy. Then the next encounter was with several.
Right.
And I think the first encounter allowed people to just, from a looking in point of view, where do I look for hit points? Where do I look for damage? How do I attack? What do I roll? So that stuff. So it's not like there's 20 boars running around or whatever.
Right.
20, blah, blah, blah. So we had a chance to have a little moment of looking at how the game functions. Because I haven't played, Mike hasn't played, Q, you've played, and the other two, Johnny hasn't played, and the other gentleman whose name I'm forgetting,
Alex,
thank you, hasn't played. So a lot of new people, not necessarily new to role playing, but new to the system. Like, how does this work? What do I do?
And it's a very different system.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit to get your footing in it.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I figured having less variables, having less things to worry about might be useful. I know it kind of depowered some abilities and things like that.
That's what I was going to say. It kind of gave Alex less time to shine because he could have been doing I am your shield to like, oh, Chris is under attack.
Right.
Oh, I am your shield.
I mean, the game is definitely designed for large numbers of enemies. Like that is the design intention. And me as a GM and a storyteller, I vastly prefer singular enemies. Like that is my mental narrative for almost everything. So for me, I'm always trying to force games that aren't designed for singular enemy encounters to do singular. I do it in D&D. I do it in this. This game. Also, I wanted the first encounter to be pretty easy, and so for the boar, I didn't design it as a solo enemy. I designed it as a bruiser, is the term that they give it in the game.
Yeah.
Where it has more hit points, it does more damage. I bumped it up just a hair, but for the most part, that encounter was probably about 2 levels below, two steps below kind of where it should have been.
Okay.
For you guys, because I wanted it to be an introductory thing. I wanted it to be simple.
Well, no,
It needed to be something where people could learn, oh, this is how armor works. This is how hit points works.
Yeah.
This is how a turn looks. And I think it was really appropriate. More appropriate than multiple enemies.
I probably should have
liked
given it like one an AoE attack of some kind, like where it stomped the ground and everyone had to
Or some sort of
dodge
charge
an
attack where you could
It had
push
the
through.
charge attack, but the charge attack was real basic. It was just it can move and attack at the same time over a greater distance than usual. But yeah, I agree.
Something where it could threaten the back line so other people could have an opportunity to learn what armor and hit points
Right,
were.
Yeah,
right.
I
Well, if
agree.
it pushes through and knocks off our plan, so suddenly it's through you two and at us other three, we're all like, yikes! Like, how do we do that? How are we going to communicate that?
Right.
Because that was my chat. That was my.
We saw that
flaw.
part in the third encounter more, where
Yeah.
someone was trying to move.
Right.
Yeah. So and we'll definitely get into that. So we did you guys solved the boar puzzle, and we moved. I kind of did a little bit of hand waving. I really didn't want to like bog us down with the in between stuff. I want to keep it more like a TV show where we're just getting to the action.
Right. Well, it's much like a TV or movie show. Like, obviously, these characters all go to the bathroom. People go to the bathroom. But is that an important part of the show? Do we need to
role play that?
Yeah. Was the moment where we try to climb the tree before the boar or after? I think it was
After
before.
the boar.
Was it after the
That
boar?
was
Our second scene.
No, that was before the boar, because when you guys climbed the tree, you guys saw the boar.
We heard it. We were hearing a rustling.
We
So,
were
yeah, it
going
was
through
before.
the cavern.
Yeah.
It was definitely before.
Yes.
I thought it was after because we
100%
get up
before.
on the top of the tree and we're like, oh, that's where the ship is.
Right, and then I
Was that
said
before?
I described it between you and the ship. You guys saw movement because somebody rolled high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So that was a cool
What was it, Mike trying to hold the tree?
Yes.
And we have this giant buff turtle, this giant buff goat man. And Mike's like, I got the tree. I was like, cool.
Tiny little.
You got this, bro.
Yeah, Jim Bro was like, you got it.
Yeah, let's
Do
go.
it. You got this, dude. And Mike's like, I don't got it. No. It was great. But no, like the turtle would throw the other monkey up as well.
Threw the goblin monkey up there.
That was great. A little role playing because he didn't tell us exactly what he saw, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Very much. Because when he said it, I'm like, he's not going to tell us.
Right.
As a player, I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he got a super high success, and so I narrated that he saw another ship coming in.
Right.
And he rolled high enough that I think I even identified what
Right.
the ship was
Right.
for you guys. Which story wise was the ship that he's running away from,
Right.
the pirate ship, the
Yeah.
Soggy Biscuit. And so that also, thank you for bringing that up, even though you misremembered the timing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that we did that role play thing to kind of learn how skills work
Yeah,
and that kind
yeah.
of thing first. That gave me the opportunity to introduce a countdown clock, which is something
Exactly.
that I'm not terribly proficient in because it's relatively new to this game. It was used in Apocalypse World, but as I said before, I've mostly read Apocalypse World more than I played it, even though I talk about it all the freaking time. That game was very influential on me, even though I've never played it. So countdown clock was a relatively new thing, and so I introduced a clock that said, okay, this is the Soggy Biscuit's path to you guys.
Yeah,
And when this
yeah.
gets to 0, they're here. Peek behind the current, and they're always going to arrive. It was just whether or not I
fast?
need to spend fear and how fast, right?
Yeah.
But that was always my intent for the third encounter was the pirate encounter
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
spoilers.
But the countdown, I think, helps because you're like, oh, this is a visual representation.
Right.
I know going to get bad as this thing. Okay, we're getting pressed. We are pressed for time. And okay, they're here.
Yeah, and anytime you guys get
Right,
what
yeah.
that allowed me to do, even though it was kind of again, the timer was always going to reach 0, and it was always going to do it at the point where I was ready as the GM. What it allowed me to do was anytime you guys started to slow down and look to me for what happens next, I could just take a little fear off and plop a thing. The ship's getting closer.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of helped to, rather than you guys looking at me for what happens next, it allowed me to spur you guys into moving to the next thing.
Sir.
So it was a really neat and helpful tool in that way, even though it had probably less teeth than it needed to.
It was an introductory game.
Well, no,
It was an introductory game, and I don't think I used it wrong.
No,
no.
I think it was great.
So I like the fact that I liked the fact that you used that clock as a visual representation, those little crystals, whatever. And as we're trying to figure out what to do, you just reach over and look at us. You didn't need to say anything.
Right.
And I'm definitely like, my eye clenched a little bit every
Yeah.
time. I'm
Oh.
like, oh.
What we need to do is move.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think almost every good story that we read or watch on TV has a little bit of that clock because it motivates the characters
Right.
Right.
into action, not inaction of like, we can talk about whether we want to camp here or not. Because you took the crystal away, and I'm like, I think we should probably not camp here, guys. Can we, let's go, you know? And of course, Johnny's like, my ship is coming to get me. That's a great idea, guys. We should move too. Let's get closer. But then you're also like, and it's getting a little darker. So the tension of, are we gonna survive like hiking and walking through late afternoon, evening here in unknown world?
Yeah, I mean, you guys just encountered this alien boar creature. That thing did do work. It was an easy encounter, but it did do a little bit of damage. It did do it did put a little bit of stress. I think somebody was at like out of stress at the end of that fight.
I want to say
Mike was
maybe because he spent the stress to like do the scary intimidation.
Right.
So all in all, like that little intro character building moment, the boar moment, and then the timer pushing us towards getting to the crash site, I felt was really, I thought was good. Like good storytelling without being too heavy-handed. I didn't feel like we were getting shoehorned in, but it was definitely like nudge, nudge, wink, wink. It's, clock is ticking.
I used so to take a step back and explain what I did for the countdown clock, because I think it was particularly effective at eliciting those feelings because of how it was communicated to you guys, rather than just having like a piece of paper behind a GM screen or something like that where I'm counting it down. I took 8 acrylic like crystals, and you could use anything. You use pennies, you could use dice, whatever you want to do. But I took 8 of those and I put those in front of the GM screen to represent. And I said, when this runs out, the soggy biscuit is here. And I explained to everyone kind of what that meant, even though not everyone knew the soggy biscuit was coming from a character perspective. I think communicating to that players was important.
Yeah.
Communicating that to the players was important. And so then because of that, how I did that, you guys had a visual representation of, okay, these are the crystals. This is how close it's getting. B, the other thing I liked about it was every time I needed to take a crystal away to put that pressure on you guys, I had to physically stand up, reach over the screen, and pull one off. And so it was very obvious and dramatic.
You couldn't just sneak away and have us go, wait a minute, where'd it go? You were like, by the way, guys, yoink. Yeah.
Everyone stops.
And looks at the GM, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to make sure that you guys knew when I was taking. I wasn't trying to sneak crystals away.
No, that was good.
It was very much, but because I had to do it physically, I could do that silently, and it was a bit more ominous.
Oh yeah,
that I was doing it that way.
Yeah.
So I was really happy with how I played that out and how that worked. And I think that's a great tool that people can take and apply to any role-playing game that they're running.
Yep.
If you're running D&D and you have, your players are running from the opposing army or a hunting party that's tracking them or something like that, take a couple of dice or some crystals if you can get them, glass beads from the hobby store, set those out and just start plucking them away at times that you need to pressure the players.
Right.
And I think the important thing is say, this is what happens when this runs out.
Right.
You don't have to explain everything, but say they catch up to you and it's going to be a bad time for you guys. Like don't necessarily try to bury the lead. Give them a clear understanding of what the clock is, what it's there to represent, and what's going to happen when it reaches 0.
Yeah.
And whether you intend for it to reach 0 or not. Like I said, I had always intended for it to reach 0 in my game, but I could also see that being very useful for, like, when we left the session, you guys are running from the soggy biscuit. Maybe I introduce another countdown clock that says this is when the soggy biscuit catches up to you guys, but my intention is never for it to get to 0.
Right.
Maybe if you guys get to your goal before they get to 0 on their countdown clock, you guys succeed.
But it keeps us moving.
And that's the thing. Whenever there's a little lull, when we kind of sit back and start looking at you, which happen. I mean, that's going to happen normally in every session, like a little bit of lull. But you can always just be like, hey guys, what's this? What am I picking up now? Nudge, nudge, wink again. Like what are you guys doing? How are you propelling the story forward?
Right. This world is alive. There are things moving in the background, and you guys need to act.
Let's get to your goal.
Otherwise the world's going to keep moving without you.
Right.
So we did some hand waving. You guys got to the ship, the crashed ship.
Yep.
That I still can't remember the name of. Even I forgot several times throughout the game. Starling's Grace.
Yes.
You guys got to the crashed Starling's Grace, and I described that there were some movement. There was some movement on the deck.
Yes.
So my intention for the first fight was always a solo fight, an easy solo fight. The second fight was a balanced fight with multiple enemies.
Yeah.
Was the intention.
Yeah.
Let's raise the stakes a little bit. Let's introduce more enemies. Now that you have your bearings about you, and let's do a more interesting encounter.
And the cool thing about, I think, this encounter for me is because in your title scroll, you talked about how the animals mutate, how things mutate, but not just like what happens to people. Like they become, you came up with a great phrase, like
hollowed ones.
I think hollowed ones, and I was like, that sounds like a zombie in a creepy, like oozy, gross, crystallized zombie. Oh, and I love that. Yeah. I thought that was very cool. And the moment when we were like, there's movement on board, we're all like, well,
What kind of movement?
what? Yeah. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I kind
Better
of
send the rogue.
Yeah.
I kind of envision the way that the crystallization works in the world is kind of like geodes,
Yeah.
where you have the outer side outside of the rock, or in this case the being, looks completely normal, but then you crack it open and the inside is just crystals.
Yeah.
It's just hollow crystals.
Yeah. Very much. Remind me a little bit of how Last of Us visually represented their
I did have a lot of inspiration from that.
because it's a mold, it's a
cordyceps.
fungus, and you're like, well, how does a fungus grow into? What does it look like? Well, sometimes there's just a little bit, but it's all inside because they attack the zombie.
Right.
It's all gross inside. You're like, ah! So yeah, bravo. I loved it because it was world building, but also showing us this is what could, I'm like, that's why we need to leave in 3 days, guys. Right there.
Right.
That's it.
And we talked about how that's overexposure. They've gotten so much of it.
Right.
But we also talked about along the way, there's different phases. Like they could have essentially a junky phase.
Right.
Where they're not quite hollowed yet, but they're definitely turning in some way. Their quality of life is bad now. And so we're like, okay, but what stage are they in? Oh, they have crystals growing out of them. I know where we're at.
Yeah,
Full conversion.
Full conversion. Well, it was like, you attack one and the turtle does a thing and shoots his grappling hook. And then and he does a really good roll, and you're just like, well, it just shatters and goes through them. And we're all like,
Right. Oh, it doesn't get pulled down.
no. He's just like, zombie just goes, thanks for getting me. Thanks for putting me on a leash. I'm just going to walk towards you now.
Yeah, no, it was dead.
They're dead. They're dead.
I think this encounter was really cool in the sense that we had multiple things going on because the clock pushed us into not just do one thing of the combat encounter,
Right.
but, we need to get this ship going. We need to scout out what's going on. And so now the rogue is not necessarily going to be focused on the combat. The rogue is looking for a way into the ship so that he can assess what's going on inside.
Yeah.
Our
It was
mage,
definitely a multi-layered encounter.
right? Our mage wants in there so they can actually start fixing things.
Yeah, because they've been designated the engineer.
Right.
/ pilot.
Right.
I think everybody's looking around like, because the rogue runs in, does his cool shadow
step.
his
Yeah.
bamf. And I was like, cool moment to use your character ability. Love that he bamfed in like Nightcrawler. This is awesome. Had a moment, and I'm like, okay, we all need to get in there. Discover a thing. I crawl through. Of course, being a dorky thing, like I knew this encounter is going to start going poorly when I'm like, oh, you crawl in, but yet you also stab yourself on the ship's hull as you. I'm like, this is going to.
You rolled with fear.
I rolled with fear, and I rolled poorly, and I rolled poorly a lot. Now, here's the one thing that we did so much in this session, the whole session.
Strategize too much?
We maybe strategized too much, and I talked a little bit, but you never ran out of fear. I don't think you ever dropped below 8.
Good God.
You
couldn't spend it
couldn't
fast
spend it
enough.
fast enough.
Spend it fast
and,
enough.
maybe for the first session, that's probably a good thing, as opposed to you're just like, all 10 fear, and we're like, we're going to die.
I think what I need to do, what this both this and the last game we played in our other session, our other campaign, I think this taught me that I need to build more environmental effects. So in the last game, the Beast Feast campaign, I did more environmental effects, and I felt like they were a little too complicated, and I didn't love how they felt mechanically. The way I did them. So this time I was like, okay, well, this is an introductory campaign. These guys are a lot newer. I had beta tested with 3 of the 4 players in the other campaign. So we all had a bit more familiarity with the system. In this one, I wanted to keep it a little bit more simple. So I did no environmental effects.
Okay.
And I think the middle ground there is when you're building a Daggerheart encounter, build at least one environmental effect that spends fear, that you can spend fear on.
And by environmental, do you mean like rain, fog,
right?
Trees that like move and freak us out, so it distracts us from what's like building a eerie feeling or whatever feeling it is.
Like
right?
there's a storm rolling through,
yeah.
or I actually did have a couple prepared, and in the way that the game played, I didn't use them because A, I wanted to keep it simple. B, they didn't spend fear. They were just kind of passively happening. But one of the ones for the ship fight was the ship is rotting out. And so there would be like the floor would crack and give way and that kind of thing. And I still could have done that, but the way that there was 2 things happening. So first, you guys like started the encounter, and then you guys did nothing. You stood there and you guys chatted for like 10 years.
And Paul looks to me and goes, "I'm being really nice right now."
I did say that.
I was like, "Yeah, you are, buddy."
part of that was I didn't want to. I didn't see the value in pressuring the players at that moment from a narrative perspective, even though it made sense to. B, I wanted you guys to have those types of discussions. I want to encourage strategizing. I just want to do it at the right times. Also, the enemies that you guys were fighting, it was a bunch of hollowed ones, zombies essentially, that had no intelligence. They had no tactics. They were just crystal beings, and they were all, and this is a big hindsight, big takeaway from me. They were all trapped in a boat.
Didn't have a good way to get down
They didn't
other
have
than
a good-
falling.
Yeah, they could have taken the stairs.
No, they couldn't have.
No, they couldn't have. Not that. But no, like as opposed to having them trapped, you could have had like 1 or 2, like maybe 1 or 2 or something to rustle and motivate us. Like, oh my God, is that another boar? What is that?
Sure.
We got to get moving. So closing the vice, right? We're in the trash compactor.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? I didn't disagree with that. Like, again, first session, getting us going, especially for my head, like I can theorize and talk out loud forever, just for me, as you know.
Right.
So how do we get more focused and try to rapid fire ideas quicker? And
I think everyone was trying to get used to their characters as well and what they could do.
And that was part of why I didn't want to rush it.
Until finally I got impatient and I just jumped on top of the boat.
Sure.
Let's get this thing moving.
well, no, it's like, oh my God, crap. Okay, I'm going to roll. Is there a way to get up there? Yes, if you do this and this. And you're like,
In hindsight, what I wish I had done as a GM is I wish I had moved that encounter off the boat and in front of the boat for the first session. I think on the boat would have been fine. later on and that kind of thing, and we could have done that a lot more interesting.
Third encounter was on the boat.
The third encounter was on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
The second encounter, I think, by moving it onto the boat, it devalued kind of some of the things that I wanted that encounter to convey from a story perspective. What ended up happening, and in the interest of time, because we're running short on time, is I wanted the encounter to just be you guys learning how multiple enemies work and experiment with more of those abilities.
Yeah.
And what it ended up turning into was the show of you kicking every enemy off of the ship. All the enemies only have 1 hit point, so they're just dying like without even being able to do anything.
Yeah.
None of them have a ranged ability, which was by design and intended.
Yeah.
And so they're just dying before they even get to do anything. And none of that was bad. I don't have a problem with the story as the way it played out, because I think it was still a cool story.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. It didn't do the tutorial-esque things that I was kind of hoping for, and I think it would have told, at least for me as the GM, it would have told a better narrative if they were all kind of huddled. Maybe the ship was on its side.
Well, if it was crashed and like maybe we're walking up and like they start, not like you want to do classic zombie stuff, but they start like you see dead bodies lying around, like, oh, are they rotten? Do we keep going? And then they start popping up, moving.
Right.
That would have scared the crap out of us.
Yeah, that would have been cool
and fun. But I honestly, I think your self-note isn't bad, but it did motivate us to, like, you guys are more fighting and getting up there. How are we going to get this shit going? Because if we want to take it, we have to beat these guys and figure out if it works or not. So it made us think, like, if we split up, what's going to happen when we split up?
Right.
Never a good idea, because that's really bad.
It did force the party to split up, which I thought was cool.
That was cool. And
But
force.
third encounter could have caused us to split up. Second encounter could have put pressure on some of the other players. Because I don't feel like Mike got much of a feel of how his stuff would work, because he was never attacked. And I don't think he ever made a combat roll. He did an intimidation, but he was only
rolled
involved
1 or 2, but it wasn't much.
Yeah. He was only
It didn't
involved
help
in
that
one
he had to
combat.
take a break in the middle of it, so he didn't get to fully participate in one of the combats.
But you also had Gianni missed the entire second combat. And I don't think... Did he get attacked in the third combat? I don't think he did.
No, because I was hyper-focused on you.
It needed to happen.
I know.
Yeah.
That was the balancing aspect, I think, of Daggerheart. Was I was holding an enemy in place using one of my class features, and to balance that, I got shredded by this enemy.
Well, and Johnny got in there. He almost got attacked.
He got to stab.
But he didn't get hit, but he got attacked. Right. But he got in there to do a little stabby stab, which is great. Mike and I got stuck in the control room, which is fine, because we're trying to figure out, and he was the help to, I'm rolling horribly. It was rolling so bad that I couldn't get up a set of ship stairs, because this would be a great moment, since we're getting close on time, to talk about language and rolling dice. So we're group had split up. Myself and the two monkeys. I don't know if Mike. Yeah, Mike. We're in the
Mike was
hull
down
of the
there.
ship, trying to get the ship going, start the engines, get it going. Whatever. You guys are figuring out how to fight these crystal things, which was gross and awesome. And I'm like, great. I'm gonna run up the stairs to get up to the thing, and you're like, roll some dice. And I'm like, it's just stairs. But I said, I'm running, like I am like urgently moving and trying to get up there. I'm not a ship guy. I'm a book wizard. I don't know the stuff. And I rolled, like, I swear I just rolled critical failures 3 times.
Is a
Just
failure
a failure with
fear.
every time. So I went up, the stairs attacked me, and I got damaged. I ran up, the stairs attacked me, and I fell, taking Mike with me like the second time. It was, frankly, hilarious, and it was one of those moments where now, doesn't matter. As we're carving our a scrimshot, you're just gonna start laughing. And you're just gonna be like, "What are you carving over there, Flex?" And you're like, "Stairs."
There's
The most one of the oldest jokes in D&D history is the greatest enemy a party of adventurers will ever face is a door.
Right.
Yes.
For this party, I believe it's stairs.
Stairs. Might be stairs. Yes.
So to kind of help people understand why he had to roll to go upstairs, in Daggerheart, each turn in combat has to have some roll associated with it. So in this case, the stress of the scenario, the conditions of the ship, his urgency, he's going to run up the stairs. That's going to force a roll because he couldn't do any other action.
Yeah.
Right.
He could have said he was carefully going up the stairs, and he still would have had to roll
Correct.
to move.
Something. Right.
Yeah.
Just because there's obviously fighting going on upstairs. There's distractions.
Right.
If I leave these two guys in the ship engine, is that a good idea? Again, like it made sense.
Yeah.
I didn't look at you like, bro, why are you making me roll the die to go upstairs? I said, I'm running up the stairs to get to the control room to figure this stuff out. Let's go.
Right.
And you're like, let's go.
So this is where it gets really good. The difficulty to succeed on these stairs is the easy difficulty.
And what is
DC
that?
10,
Yeah.
and we roll 2d12 and add your stat modifier, in this case, agility.
I believe the average outcome on 2d12 is a 12, right? Or is it 13?
You
It's 13.
are so likely to succeed this just because of how the 2d12s interact. You end up with a bell curve. To roll greater than a 10 on 2d12s is really easy because critting in this game is just rolling doubles.
Yeah.
And so you have well over 50%, even with a -1,
Yeah.
to succeed on this roll.
Yeah.
He failed with fear both times.
Both times.
Yep.
Like, because I had to roll higher than a 10, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't.
So Dungeons and Dragons, you have a binary system, succeed or fail.
Right.
You didn't get up the stairs.
Right.
But with you rolling with fear and Daggerheart, you now have success with positive outcome, hope, or success with negative outcome with fear.
Same with failures. You can
So you failed to get up the stairs and then doubled down them, taking a damage.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious, and everybody was like, Mike and Johnny were like, "Are you serious?" And like, I love how Johnny's like, "All right, roll to get up there because it's combat." He rolled like a 25, 40.
No,
billion,
he
whatever.
didn't. He almost failed. If he didn't remember a class
Oh my
feature
god! It's,
Yeah.
where he gets advantage on agility
yeah.
rolls, he would have failed.
oh
He
my
almost
gosh!
failed.
And to me, it's like if it was like, since you described the ship being on a cliff edge, I'm like, maybe the ship did jostle a little bit, whatever.
Right.
But at the moment, we were all just laughing the fact that I was rolling
dying.
so bad, and I just kept, I went up the first time, fell on my butt. Second time, I took Mike with me, and we're all like, oh, I'm surprised you didn't have us roll into the control pile and break it again because I was rolling so bad. It was hilarious. We finally got up though.
Right.
Like,
Finally got
finally,
up there.
and
There
saw
was
you.
a really cool role play moment that
Yeah.
you had inside the ship that I really liked. Because you're down there, you're trying to fix the ship and you're trying to figure things out. Mike's character is trying to help you. And Mike is like, what am I doing? And you're like, we're looking for this cable to connect to this conduit. And you're just like, oh, that was really cool. There was no prompting from the GM. You took the initiative with the storytelling. And
Yeah.
I think that's what Daggerheart's all about.
Right.
Is kind of a community building. Well, this is what needs to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not Bluetooth connected, dude.
Right.
There has to be something because we've created these metals to send this energy through something.
Right.
So, and I'm like, and I like the part, I'm like, the one time I rolled well, okay, I have no idea. I'm going to try to use my magical skills, my attenuation. I don't know what the correct term would be. I'm going to use my spider sense to see, like, is there something wrong in this and where is it? And I rolled double 12s or what, some crazy, and you're just like, wow, okay. In your mind's eye, you can see this. And I'm like, okay, I can use my little skill to fix this, but I can't fix that. Johnny and Mike, can you guys fix this? If we get going up here, fix these cables. You guys, small hands.
Right.
You could get in there. And they're like, oh, yeah. Of course, Johnny electrocuted himself, which is great.
Yeah.
Which I love that. He's like, dude, now you look like a big puffball. It was awesome. But yeah, that was a fun moment, figuring out how to do this, and then getting up to the control room, running through the guys. being stuck in there because it was either you or the turtle like stood in front of the door. He's like, "You guys fix the ship. I'll stand here."
Right. So we're standing out in front, and out comes the adversaries from the soggy biscuit.
Yeah.
And it's the two chill guys standing guard.
Yeah.
And so you have Mike and Gianni yelling from inside the ship out the door.
Yeah. Guys, what are you doing? Right? There's Mike. Get him off my ship! And you guys are like, hey, guys, can we just realize our true stress potential and relax?
He called dibs.
Yeah.
Like, why is this a discussion? Yeah. He called dibs. We're here.
We're here first. And that was good. I agree, like, the idea of having the boar encounter and maybe the zombie off the ship so it kind of builds us and gets us on there. I didn't feel like it was a rough encounter. I knew that this encounter could go badly.
Right.
Because those guys are more, maybe, a tier above us? Like, could kick our butts.
Well, you guys kept rolling with fear, which means I kept getting hit.
Thank you.
I was like, can't something else happen with this fear? Can't they get hurt? Can't they get stressed?
Well, we did roll with fear, and I did get electrocuted again and shocked.
Give them disadvantage?
Right?
Why do I keep getting cut?
Can she leave the ship and go back to the
No,
soggy
she could
biscuit?
not. That wasn't
exactly.
Right. No, I'm gonna get back here every single time. And you use the fear brilliantly. You're like, I'm gonna do some. No, I'm gonna spend my fear and do a little interruptus, which is great. I do like that idea. Like, ooh, as the players try to figure out something, you can be like, something's happening.
Yep.
Something's happening.
Right.
Again, it's getting stale. You guys just keep going.
Whether it's motivation or just keeping complications, keep the story interesting.
Yeah.
I think they both work. I believe we are at time.
Oh my gosh, I think we've reached
We have a whole other
effort.
encounter to talk about, but
well, maybe we can hit it a little bit in the Daggerheart podcast, brought to you by Funkatronic Rex. No, seriously, guys, we're loving the game. It's new and it's a lot of fun. Since we're playing this once a month, we won't be bringing this up all the time, but we will talk about it a lot. And it being a hot new role playing, I think it's really good to talk about it and bring it up, especially since I had a blast. You both have been playing it a little bit more.
A little bit.
And it does sound like you guys had a blast as well. I think everybody had fun.
Absolutely.
Playing that game.
We can talk about the other game a little bit sometime.
We could.
A little bit different.
Just a little.
It is a different beast.
From what Paul has brought up, it's definitely different. So I would love to hear your point of view too. But yes, I think we're hitting time. Mike and Michael are here wrapping up stuff. As usual, you guys, if there's any comments, questions, or concerns, drop them off in the Discord. Reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you guys about your thoughts about episodes and this one. If you guys have played Daggerheart, want to play it, or any ideas on how to create encounters and do DMing and GMing, because we talked about it in the last episode. It'd be great. And if you want to hear more, reach out to us on the Discord. We'd love to chat and get your thoughts on it.
Check out the store, become a part of the community. We're here to hopefully bring great memories and great stories to your tables as well. If you have the means and it is something that you are able to do, please consider supporting us on Patreon, as it keeps Chris and I sitting here every couple weeks
every now and
chatting
then.
About
Helps
whatever
pay for
comes to
coffee.
mind.
All right, got Q. Thanks for joining us, dude.
It's my pleasure.
It's been awesome. Yeah, and just a safety note, guys, just be careful of stairs out there, all right? Just beware. They can be rough. And with that, we're going to sign off, y'all. Thanks for listening, and we will see you guys next time.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Funkatronic games and more.
Shall we play a game?
Bye now.